Hey, how is everyone? Oh, my shirt. A friend of mine got me this shirt, and it's kind of like the definition of a musician. And it says, noun, someone who puts $5,000 worth of gear into a $500 car to drive 100 miles to a $50 gig. And it's funny, but it's not exactly accurate, at least for me, because I have driven halfway across the country. Well, I haven't driven, I've passengered. A friend of mine has driven. It was his band, and I was just playing bass with him. We've driven across, halfway across the country, so certainly more than 100 miles. And in the truck, like an SUV thing, in the truck, we've had easily more than $5,000 worth of gear. Not all my stuff, of course. I don't have real expensive stuff because I just use it as, it's a tool, you know, this ukulele I grabbed and I just use it. I don't buy expensive gear because then when it gets banged up, I feel bad. I feel badly. Proper English. But anyway, certainly more than $5,000. And I can't even remember the last time I've been in a $500 car. I wouldn't trust a $500 car, but it makes the joke funnier. And certainly I've driven way longer than 100 miles. And sadly, I've been paid less than $50 for shows. But what are you going to do? It's all the love of music. So anyway, funny shirt. All My Loving by the Beatles. It's an amazing song. The Beatles are amazing. But it's like 2 minutes long, and there isn't a wasted second in this song. Everything about it is just like an unbelievably perfect pop song. But anyway, excuse me. And I think it was still when Paul and John were writing together. I know that somebody somewhere, and you could find it online easily, I've seen it. Somebody somewhere went through the whole catalog and figured out what percentages, or gave a good estimate of what percentages of each song Paul or John wrote. They agreed at the beginning that they were going to list everything as Lennon-McCartney. So songs that were completely written by John are listed as Lennon-McCartney compositions. Completely written by Paul are listed as Lennon-McCartney compositions, always in that order. Although I think there's a song that was listed as McCartney-Lennon, and there was a little disagreement about that or something, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, All My Loving, I believe, was still when they were both writing together. And it's amazing. So let's dive into it. There are a couple of interesting chords. The chords are, I'll run through them: F sharp minor, 2-1-2-0, 2-1-2-0, B7, 2-3-2-2, and I'm barring across the second fret with my first finger. E, 4-4-4, and I like to play the 7th fret there, but you could certainly do 4-4-4-2. C sharp minor, like the E, barring across the 4th fret, but now I'm playing on the G string. 6-4-4-4. A, 2-1-2-1-0-0. D, which is 2-2-2-1. B7 again, E, A, B. So 4, 2, I'm sorry, 4, 3, 2, 2. 4, 3, 2, 2. And a C augmented chord. It's kind of a weird chord. All by itself it sounds a little bit weird. So it's the first fret here, then open, open, and then the third fret on the A string. So it's just like a C, but adding. So it ends up sort of being like a weird out of key kind of sound. But it's in the chorus and it sounds amazing. So, the verse. F sharp minor. And all of these are 4 beats each. Yes. So, 4 beats each. So the verse, F sharp minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, B7, 1, 2, 3, 4, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, C sharp minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, F sharp minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, B7, F sharp minor, B7, E, C sharp minor, A, B, E, and then there's a stop there. So it's E is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you hit the 1 and then there's a pause for the 2, 3, 4. Then it goes into the second verse. And it's exactly the same. And also I wanted to mention, like I said, not a second is wasted. It starts right in. There's no intro. It starts right in on the verse. So there's nothing like the first second, it's already into the song. Anyway, the second verse, F sharp minor, B7, E, C sharp minor, A, F sharp minor, D, B7, F sharp minor, B7, E, C sharp minor, A, B, E, E, with a stop again. Then it goes into the chorus, and the chorus is C sharp minor, C augmented, E, and then E again. And then it repeats that, but with a stop the second time through. So C sharp minor for 4 beats, E augmented for 4 beats, E for 4 beats, and then E, 2, 3, 4, with the rest. So the chorus, C sharp minor, E, C augmented, E, E. Then it, bam, goes right into the solo section. Doesn't even go to another verse or anything. Right into the solo section. And the solo is A, E, E, F sharp minor, B, E, E, with the stop again. So that stop, like almost everything about this, the melody's great. The chorus is very catchy, what they call, what's called a hook. The fact that it jumps right into a verse, I think, yeah, it starts a cappella, and that in and of itself is a hook, because you hear, I read, there was a book that I read, and it had a listing of all the Beatles songs that begin a cappella, meaning just voice with no instrumentation. And even down to if it starts with one syllable. And it was just interesting because I was going through this and I'm like singing it in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, that is, oh yeah. And the ones with like one syllable, it's like, oh yeah. Like technically that starts a cappella. Like, huh. But anyway. Close your... So that starts with two syllables. Close your eyes. But anyway, that's a hook. The chorus is a hook. Just the melody of it, you know. Oh my love. The fact that the C augmented is in there kind of stands out and kind of hooks the listener. So the stop at the end of every verse in every chorus and the solo section is another hook. It's crazy. There's just like everything about it is just hook after hook after hook. So anyway, so that's the solo section. Then we have a verse, and it's the same thing again, just a verse, and then the chorus again. E, C sharp minor, C augmented, E, and then the outro, C sharp minor, C sharp minor, E, C sharp minor, C sharp minor, E, with the stop. So, amazing. And for some reason, the chorus after the verse, after the little guitar solo, I didn't write with stop. So, I'll be right back. I'm going to double check. Okay, I just double checked. And I did not write on that chorus after the verse, after the guitar solo. I did not write with the stop because there is no stop. So, I find that kind of clever songwriting. Rather than putting the stop there, there's no stop. So now it sort of bleeds right into the outro. Because of course, the lyrics of the chorus, all my loving I will give to you. All my loving. You can't sing. But it then sort of like goes into that, and it's almost like, oh, that's like a bridge. And then when you get to the, you know, and it just stops. Bam. 2 minutes and 6 seconds or however long it is. And it stops and you're like, I thought that, like it's almost like that was, it sounded like it was almost a bridge. And I think that's pretty clever. And it just stops and it totally leaves you wanting more. Like, I thought more was going to happen and then it didn't. It did the stop, but then didn't continue. So, I think that's pretty cool. But anyway, there you go. All My Loving by the Beatles. It's a great song. And clever and interesting and catchy. And what more can I say? Except that I prefer later Beatles. But the early stuff was genius pop songwriting. The later stuff I liked a little more, to me, a little more interesting. A little more stretched out. Not as sort of compact songwriting. But anyway, aside from the fact that I vastly prefer the later Beatles, like from the album Rubber Soul on. This is still an amazing song, and basically I would, if the Beatles came on the radio, I pretty much would never ever turn them off, whatever song it is. So